Welcome to this webinar about strategy to execution. My name is Jan Koen. I'm an IT manager from DEEN supermarket, a retail company in the food sector. And I will tell you today what we have done to come from a business strategy to an IT implementation. We are a local supermarket. We have more than 85,000 people, employees on our payroll. And we have 76 stores, and we also are present in the web. Also, we focus on fresh goods, and we have a lot of campaigns and actions on the floor, on the shop floor. The story begins, of course, with the business goals. The business wants to increase customer satisfaction, increase market share, even though the market is saturated. And we want to be very distinctive on and offline. We also created more web shops, and the web shops are still working just like all the other web shops. We want to have some different presence on the web. To support the business at its best, we also have IT goals. We want to improve the time to market. The change in applications is speeding up. We want to have more applications ready when the business needs it. But we want to do that very efficient. It must be a very daily operation to change systems. And if you have more changes, you want a high speed of business benefits. At the core of the business transformation planning, there is a business transformation plan. The business transformation plan describes the company as it is in time of now, in the processes, in the applications, and what we do, what our customers are. And we, based on technical development, social development, and market development, we define the future, the desired state of the company. To start from the described business models, the business blueprint, we implement change management to come to the desired state of the company. I call it instant alignment. The business transformation planning is based on the methodology, and it's a business transformation framework. The focus is the business needs. That's the starting point of the change. We're using the enterprise transformation platform for Mavin to define the situation as it is and also desired state of the company. And all the steps we need to make to start changing the company, the IT part of the company, to support the business better. So we really created a business transformation plan. One of the major inputs of a business transformation plan are the IT trends, the market trends and market developments. Based on the IT trends like social networking, cloud computing, work anywhere, big data and product information management, they are the key factors of a change plan. The business transformation plan is really a plan. It's a document with all the information about the company and the desired state and the steps to follow to come to the desired state. At DEEN, we use the Mavin Enterprise Transformation Platform to digitalize all the information so we can relate all the parts of that information together and make the right choices. With the Mavin platform, we got insights in all the connection between the guided principles, the architectures, the points of action, the customer and products described, process and organizations, and the IT infrastructure and all the applications, so we can make the right decision to change on the right time. Those decisions will lead to a project portfolio where the change management is in action. To make the right decisions for your project portfolio, through the Mavin framework, we can connect all the parts of the business that were scattered all over the business in one view. And using that view, we can make the right decisions which project will be executed. Using the insights, using the Mavin model, there is a clear insight in which project supports the business goals. Within the framework, you start with the strategic objectives of the company. Then you define all the basic principles that you need to address all the products, all the operations, all the processes, not only on the business side, but also on the IT side. The relation between those designs is the essence of the change model, because they can be the start point for the future of the IT supporting the business like the business needs. For example, one of the guiding principles that the company should focus on customer loyalty. Based on the customer and product services part of the model, the choice for customer loyalty was derived from a lot of analysis that how we want to address that customer. And there were a lot of reasons why we would focus on customer loyalty. In the past, we were more focused on the products and not on customer loyalty. Based on the analysis of the industry life cycle, we are now focusing on customer loyalty. That's the way to grow in the market as we know it. The consequences of those choices are represented in the way we deploy systems from the IT department. Also, the frequency of the change is up speed now. The customer is changing, his view is changing. We must follow the trend of the customer. For example, we created new systems to interact with the customer. We want to have the customer really connected. So the focus on customer loyalty changed application landscape at DEEN. It's obvious that focus on customer loyalty has influenced the project we want to deploy at DEEN. We implemented a customer relationship management system, not only for the complaints, but also to interact with the customer. One of the principles we used in the process and organization part of the plan was, if you understand the real process, what is going on with your customer, then you can change the process to support the customer better. This will lead in a more process-oriented way to deploy changes in the business processes as we know now. For the IT department, we start developing new systems based on the business processes and not only on changes at application level. Based on this guiding principle, the IT department changed the way they work. We are now process-oriented system development. We are now looking at changes at a process level, and we deploy these changes in different systems, not focusing on one problem, one requirement in one system. We have a more complete view of the business. Another principle, now based on the IT infrastructure and facilities, based on the customer-oriented infrastructure, we must have systems that will be in place when the customer needs it. It's obvious that when you have a web shop, you have the system more than 24/7 live, but all the other systems that support the web shop should always be custom-oriented designed. So if the customer is adaptable and changing, your systems must also be adaptable and changing. Based on the guiding principle, customer-oriented infrastructure, we deployed a service-oriented infrastructure. One of the physical deployments was creating an ASB to connect all the systems together. So if one of the systems must be changed because of a new customer demand, we can easily change the connections. The result of the transformation plan is a list of candidate projects that will support the business goals. One of the results of the transformation plan is a list of candidate projects. Based on the selected business goal, we prioritize the projects. It will create a change program with approved projects. One of the examples of the project is implementing ASL and BISL best practices. We use those frameworks to change the attitude and the way we work at the system development department. We have more knowledge about business process and application management to support the changes the business needs. Using the Marvin platform, we collected all the information we had about all the applications, infrastructure, processes. We combined all that information in the Marvin platform. So we got insights in all the ICT objects, the relevance of the objects. And using the knowledge we have gained training us in ASL and BISL, we changed the application platform to support those business goals. It also created a project about process-oriented system development. Now the changes start with a definition of the process we are working on the business requirements, on the customer requirements. We combine it in the Marvin platform to have detailed insight in the effect of all the changes and the risk we may have when we change one of the systems as a part of the portfolio. During this project, I call it instant alignment because we are talking about the work the customers and also the work of the employees from DEEN are doing right now. We were very interested in the way they worked. The process were defined based on their experience. We were able to define the business processes and connected all the stakeholders. So if a change should be implemented, we were aware of the owner of the process, but also the other people are working and using the process. Other activity based on the project process-oriented system development was defining the application landscape. In the Marvin platform, we designed all the business processes related to the application layer, and we connected that application layer to the interface layer and connected them to the infrastructure layer. So we know we have connected insights of all the application parts and the business processes together. To be connected on this level, it's very helpful to support changes or make decisions about priority. You can see which application is supporting a small part of the business, and you can see which application is supporting a great deal of the business. It became very clear which application adds value to the process and to the business. So we can make good decisions about changing systems and also even get rid of systems, discard them. Deploying all those products from the business plan, the transformation plan, we are certain that we are more effective in how we work with the business. We have speed up the system development, we are better in change management, and every project we start from now has a higher success rate. And it leaves us that we have more time to innovate and to adapt or to change systems based on customer requirements. After deploying all those projects from the enterprise transformation plan, we were ready to start a large project. We are implementing a new ERP system. Using the MAVIN platform, all the new processes are defined based on new requirements for the ERP system are defined in and described in MAVIN platform. Now we can connect the infrastructure, the already applications that are in place, and also every step, every movement we have to make to come from the state we are in, or based on the old ERP system, and to the desired ERP system, based on the new functional requirement and the business processes to be. One of the major advantages is that our old ERP system had a lot of interfaces with a lot of other end systems. It came clear to us that the project for us is creating a lot of new interfaces, and the interface design was a part of the design, placed in the MAVIN platform, and we could connect all the applications to the right interface. Based on this information, we can make well-founded decisions about which fit should be implemented or which fit should be prioritized at a lower level, so we can address it later on in the project. Based on the time we defined at process and requirement and gap level, we have a very high level of governance during the time of the project, so we were on time and on budget during this project. The benefits of using a business transformation plan and the MAVIN platform is that we have insights in the structure and the application layers, so we can make founded decisions about the priority in the project. As a result of the transformation plan, we are now process-oriented, and we are now focusing on the business needs and the customer needs. It's more a business approach. Because we use one platform to describe the business side of the company and the IT side of the company, we have a complete insight in all the relationships between the IT part of the company and the business needs. Using the framework, we have less bleeding in projects. We know the risks, we know the quality, and we have more insight in the timing of the project. Ultimately, we are more in control to allocate the resources of the IT, changing the company to support the customer better. The competitive advantage for us, using the framework and using the transformation plan, is that we can speed up every project now. We have so much information about the IT environment. We can speed up and have more quality in projects. We can have a better platform to communicate with all the parts of the business. We use the information in the framework to communicate and decide in future projects. So when you start large projects, just like changing an ERP system, I could really advise use the framework to have a quick start to get everything on speed and to manage governance, of course. Especially to allocate your resources and have the funding from the board members, you have clear insight in the impact of all those changes. So it will help you to convince the business part to fund your IT projects. I hope it's clear after this webinar that you can see that we are transforming the IT department to support the business better, so we are ready for the digital transformation. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and find the contact information from me on the end of this webinar.